Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm AYK Swedish Whiskey Girl, and today we're having a look at Caol Ila 12. And first of all, I must say, as you probably saw in my initial pour, these are not very easy to pour out of. I also filmed today Clynelish 14, and I still smell like Clynelish. It's just all over my dress. Wonderful. But these lovely little ones I have to thank Johnny Walker, Diageo and the Devil's Advocate for sending me this little tasting pack. And if you live in Edinburgh, of course, and you would like a takeaway whiskey flight, then head to Devil's Advocate because they have Caol Ila, Clynelish, Carduke, let's see, can I remember this? Caol Ila, Clynelish, Cardew, Glenkinchie and Johnny Walker Black all in one set, and I absolutely love trying this set because I've rediscovered so many whiskies that I haven't tried in ages, and I might have even fallen back in love with Clynelish. We had a bit of a difficult relationship for a bit, but today we're focusing on Caol Ila, and this is of course a 12-year-old bottled at 43% ABV. And Caol Ila is, I believe, the biggest producer of whiskey on the island of Islay, which is of course an island known for quite robust whiskies, often also with a big influence of peat, making them quite smoky. And this whiskey here is of course also peated. Caol Ila is of course owned by the company Diageo, who also own about half of the casks that are currently maturing in Scotland, about 11 million out of the 20 million. And of course, if you're a big fan of Johnny Walker and you like a bit of a smokier influence in them, then you could expect that maybe some of that smoke is coming from Caol Ila. Also, if you have found a few different independent bottlings from Islay, and maybe they don't have the specific distillery on them, there could be a chance that they're from Caol Ila because they have such a big capacity of producing whiskies. But of course, we're going to have a look on this whiskey, so let's start by having a look on the nose. Initially it's quite sweet, and just have this ashy characteristic that I tend to find in Caol Ila. Like quite sooty and ashy, also a very lovely sweetness. It's almost like a pineapple sweetness because it's quite tropical. A little bit of earthiness. Quite a maritime influence. It's a little bit like a sea breeze in there. Like a sea breeze in a glass. How romantic does that sound? But yeah, it's nice. And Caol Ila, of course, means the sound of Islay, which doesn't refer to a specific sound, but it refers to the water between Islay and Jura. So where the distillery is located, it kind of overlooks the island of Jura, which is a neighbouring island to Islay. Yeah, it's that kind of tropical pineapple sweetness along with the ashy, sooty, maritime breeze and a bit of earthiness. It feels quite light to me on the nose. Like quite light in its weight. But let's have a little look on the taste. Slàinte mhath. Initially feels quite juicy and quite fresh, and then it's like it turns. And this lovely ashy sooty smoke comes from underneath. And by ashy or sooty, I mean it's bonfire-esque, but it's more bonfire as in a bonfire that's almost burnt out and you just have an ashy sooty note left. But it's not very charry. There's a difference there. The char has a bitter influence, whereas the ashy sooty notes is more light. Does that make sense? But it just turns and then it grows and grows and grows and grows, and then suddenly it just like settles down again to just leave you with this lingering smoke, quite light smoke on the finish. I mean, it is a lovely smokiness. It does make you think of having a barbecue and like when you It makes me think of when I've been sitting next to a bonfire with friends and you've been like maybe grilling hot dogs or marshmallows or whatever you like to grill. And then you sit there and you talk for so long that suddenly you haven't noticed that it's become quite dark outside and the fire's almost out. And it's that kind of lovely feeling. I mean, the Danes call it hygge, and it's just this feeling of being close to friends, having such a cozy time, and you almost lose track of time because you're just so in the moment. And alongside this bonfire, you're being outdoors and the fire's almost burnt out, but your conversation just keeps going, and that's a bit of what Caol Ila reminds me of. It just kicks in as quite juicy, and then it just leaves you, it kind of dries out a bit. But now afterwards, on the finish, it doesn't feel that dry, it's just a little bit of a sensation kind of in the middle, just when that turn happens. And it has a bit of sweetness and that fresh note, but it's not an overpowering fruitiness. It's just there. Because my experience is that it's smoke through and through, but it's like a juicy smoke, and then it's a drier smoke, and then it's that kind of soot influence, and yeah. Because I can't really pick out anything else that's like, oh, that is banana, or that's peach, or that's apple. It's just a sensation, but it's like 50 layers of smoke. It's, yeah. It's a very unique smoke, I would say. Like Caol Ila is one of those smokes that I tend to be able to identify. Of course, it depends on the cask type and occasion, so on, but it has its very own unique character. I would of course love to hear what you think of the Caol Ila. Have you tried this Caol Ila 12? Another Caol Ila that I really like is the Distiller's Edition as well. But I would of course love to hear what your favourite expression of Caol Ila is. Is it an independent bottler? Is it one of the expressions from their portfolio perhaps? Put it in the comments below. And of course, if you like what I'm doing here on YouTube and my other social channels, I would of course be so grateful if you'd consider supporting me by using my affiliate links with Master Malt, the Whiskey Exchange, or the Scotch Malt Whisky Society the next time you're shopping with them. All that information is of course in the description here below, and I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's done it already. It helps so much, and I have so many plans and things that I want to do, and this really helps. So thank you so much to everyone who's had the possibility to do it. I really appreciate it. And of course, if you're curious about my website, my Instagram, my Teespring shop, or my Patreon, the information is there as well. And as always, a massive thank you to my wonderful supporters on Patreon. Your support means so much. But I hope you've all had an absolutely wonderful day. Slán Skål.